And all. So today I'm going to give the topic about block diagram of a computer. So every students have to know about what is the block diagram of computer. So once the student enter into the first year, they will know about the block diagram of computer. So because of this is a basic thing that we have to know about this, about the computer. So in this, we have to go about the what is the process and what are the units that you have in your computer. Okay, so that is the block diagram of computer. So in this the computer, so we all know about the computer having a monitor, CPU, and keyboard, mouse like this. So for that, what is the process that the thing that doing? That means what are the for example, if you're having a mouse, so you must know what is the principles of mouse and what are the working and about the output devices. So the output device is a monitor like that. So here in this block diagram computer, we have an input device and output device. So input devices give the input to process and give it back to the output with the help of output devices. And also we're having a storage devices. So what is the main use of storage device? It means store the data or information that be given by the user. That means, so for example, we give the input by using of an input unit. The information or data sent it to the storage devices. It stored the data into the storage devices. After that, the process should be over. The output device will display the output. And also we have another two units that called a control unit and ALU. So ALU is nothing but an arithmetic and logical unit and control unit. The control unit that means control all over the input and output devices and storage devices. So this is a block diagram of computer. So let's see about what is the process for all the units. That means what are the working principles of the all the units. So first of all, we know about the input unit. So here we have the diagram, right? So first one is an keyboard. Then second diagram is called as a joystick. So these are the input devices. Why it is called as an input devices? So whatever we given the input, the things that are called as input devices. For example, we with the help of a keyboard, given the input, okay, and also joystick. We all know about the joystick. That means we're playing a game for controlling the games that we're using of a joystick. So that means the computer receives the data and instruction through the input unit. So that means the computer receives the data means we given the data with the help of an input device and the instruction through the input unit. The input unit consists of one or more input devices. So we have a lot of input devices. For example, we have a keyboard, mouse, joystick, and scanner. So we all know about the keyboard, mouse, joystick, and scanner. So keyboard means, so normally we given the input that given in receiver by the help of keyboard and the mouse. It is also one of the input devices. And joystick and scanner. Scanner means we scan the data and store into a system. So the next one is in functions of input unit. The functions of input unit, that means they accept the data and instruction from the outside world. Which is 0 and 1s. Why we convert that information to that format? Because of the computer can understand only the 0s and 1s. And the next one is in supply the converted data to the computer system for further processing. So like that, we converted the data into the computer system. So why we converted the data into the computer system? Because for that, for example, we have to going for the further process. With the help of this converted data, we can apply this data for the further processing. So these are the functions of input unit and then output unit. So we all know about the what are the output devices. That means monitor, printer, and speaker. So what is the output unit? Which provides the information and return results of computation to the outside world through the output unit. So with the help of an output devices, the result will be given to the user. That means display the result and also view the result. For example, we have a monitor. So what is the main use of one monitor? It shows the information. So what we type in your keyboard, that should be displayed into your monitor. So that's why it is called as an output devices. And also we have some of more output devices. First one, monitor, printers, and speakers. So printers we mainly use it to printing the document. So we print out the document and can be using to read or other information, other processes. Next one, speakers. With the help of speakers to bring the output, with the help of, for example, we have play the MP3s or and then videos. So the speaker can converted into the audio with the output. Next one, functions of output unit. The first one is an accept the result produced by the computer. That means already we given the input with the help of input device, right? So after that, the data or information that should be converted into the coded form. That means the machine understandable code. The machine understandable code to accept the help of an output unit, and that is converted into a form to the outside world can understand. So after the converted code should be converted into the human readable code. After that, the supply the converted result to the outside world. The help of a monitor to display the original text or information to the output device. Next one, central processing unit. That is called as a CPU. So what is in by CPU? It is one of the main part of a computer. That also it is called as brain of a computer. The CPU contains the ALU and control unit. The ALU which is called as an analog and arithmetic and logical unit, and then control unit which is used to processing the instruction. The CPU performs an actual processing of data according to the instruction from programs. So what are the data that should be given by the user? The process should be performed by the actual information. That means, suppose given the input as addition or subtraction or multiplication, even if the instruction given by the user, according to the instruction, the unit will be performing. So here the ALU which is performing the process. So because of we given the input as arithmetic operation, that means addition or subtraction or multiplication. So likewise, the CPU having the unit of ALU and CU, that means control unit. Next one, the functions of CPU. The first one is it performs all calculation. The CPU can perform all the calculation with the help of an ALU and CU. That means control unit. It takes all the decision. Suppose if the decision making statements, suppose they have to find the true or false statement. Likewise, the process that should be taken by the CPU. It control all the units of the computer. Inside the CPU, we have a lot of parts that should be interconnected with the other parts. This diagram shows the inside of the system unit. The first one is an hard disk drive. The CPU have an hard disk drive, that is a storage device, and then power supply mode, and then memory, that means the RAM, and then system board, and then other secondary storage devices and CPU chip, and then add-in boards and expansion slots and ports.